you so much for taking time out of your day. You're a family man, a veteran, motivational speaker, coach, entrepreneur. Thank you for your service and thank you for your time, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate everything you just said right now, and thank you. It means a lot to me.
Absolutely. I wanted to go back a little bit because as I was doing research on you and started to kind of read your bio, though you're motivating and changing lives today, you didn't always have it together, man. Like, you had a crazy childhood. It sounds like you dropped out of high school. You're homeless, man. Would love to hear your story and how did you get through that?
Wow. Yeah, it was a very hard time growing up the way I grew up. And it all started when I was 5 years old. And I was sexually abused at 5 years old. Oh, and, it was a rough time. And at that point right there, I think that's what a lot of I got a lot of anger in me, and I hated the world and I hated myself.
Yeah.
And then just going through that and what I was doing, and I started projecting all the anger onto other kids because I would fight a lot. I was always getting in trouble. I was just, doing bad things.
Yeah.
And, and I was a handful to my parents, and I know that. And when they did kick me out of the house when I was 16, and I was living from house to house. At one point, I was living in an alley at 16, 17 years old. I dropped out of school. And, yeah, it was pretty rough. And it took a person, actually, he pulled out a gun on me and had it in my face and was ready to kill me. And right then and there, and I realized, I was like, wow, at 17 years old, this is it for me, right? So that's what changed my whole life. I contacted my mom. She got me, back with my older brother. I moved in with him, and I got back to school. And after I graduated, I left to the Army. And yeah, you're right. I didn't have it together. I had it all falling apart, trying to hold it together by just, again, projecting all my anger and all the things that went bad for me in my life.
Yeah. Wow, man, that is crazy. I just got chills, dude. I'm glad that you made it through that, man, because you are changing lives, dude. So awesome. Now, you do these cool Motivation Monday or Motivational Monday videos where you're really just speaking life into people, man, and I love that. What inspires you to start doing these videos?
That's a story in itself, because when I retired out of the Army, I did 21 years in the United States Army.
Wow.
2 combat tours. And when I retired in 2012, I figured when I retired that I was going to have all these people breaking down my door. Hey, you need to come work for me. All these things, I was so pumped up. Well, guess what? None of that happened,
Man.
And once, that started happening, I started questioning who I was, my accomplishments, and my worth. And when I started doing that, that's when I started getting into a very dark place. And I started drinking heavily. I was self-medicating myself with alcohol. And finally, I reached out to a therapist, to the VA, and they helped me out. But what really, really helped me out was a phone call. And that's why I believe in divine intervention. I got a phone call, and they asked me to go speak at a local high school about my military career.
Wow.
And when I stood out in front of that classroom, I felt peace. I felt value. I felt pumped up, and I felt motivated. That's when I knew this is what I'm supposed to do. And, now what I do, it's a passion. It's a love. And all I do is just put it out there.
Yeah. Yeah,
and,
man. And
now, I go to high schools. I go to events, and I speak, and I do my motivational speeches. I talk about my life and how that, whatever you've been through in your life, don't let that define you. Let it fuel you to be better, to keep going through life. You know what? Adversity is just adversity, but it's only as big as you allow it.
Right. Yeah. Man. Come on, dude. That's awesome, dude. I love it, dude. So when you got that call to go speak at that high school, man, had you done public speaking before? Was that your first time? And what's going through your head in that moment?
Actually, that was my first time.
Okay.
I never did public speaking, and I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
I was a little bit nervous of how I would speak or how would I talk, because, in the Army, when I had my 73-man platoon, I spoke differently.
Sure.
I colorful words.
Right.
And so speaking to these high school students, I had to change up everything, but it came so easy to me. And I've had people at professional levels saying like, hey, how many years have you been doing it. And I'm like, well, I just started it. I just started doing it. And they're like, what? You never been coached? And I was like, nah.
Come on.
And yeah. And all the videos I do, I just do them like, freestyle. I don't try to remember anything. I just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love it, man. It's just being raw. And I think that's the best way to be, for sure, man. Now, you mentioned that you push your audience into the light and away from darkness and really help them find that inner fire to drive and passion. How do you do that with them?
It's just by using life experiences because, we all go through some bad times. We all go through some hard times. We go through tough times. But you see, the thing is, after what we go through, either you can let it keep you in this, bubble of, man, I don't want to fail. Right. Or you could just say, you know what? I'm not going to let that hold me back because, honestly, we're going to go through problems. We're going to go through, all these bad things, but we only have one life. And what are you going to do with it? And, I just try to pump them up as much as I can, as much as I'm pumped up right now, and just try to push them and know that, you know what? There's light after every storm.
Yes, absolutely, man. Now, I mean, after speaking with so many people, have you seen this? Is there an overall theme of things of what caused folks to be where they're at?
I would say their childhood.
Okay.
A lot of things, it's just trauma. And when I work with fellow veterans, it's all about that trauma. Some from childhood and, some from combat. And it's just some of those things. And I've had, in my unit alone, I've already had 6 guys, take their own lives. And that was another thing that fueled me up, and it's, one is too many for me. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know what it is. It's just it's a blessing that I've received, and I'm just using it to just push it on to everybody else to get them away from the darkness and into the light.
Yeah, come on, man. And, morning routines, it's so extremely important to really start your day off and to have that successful day. What does your morning routine look like? Morning routine,
that's a good question. Morning routine, I always talk positive to myself, saying that I can do it, just, reinforcing all my words with positivity, and I crank on some good music, positive music. Everything's positive in my life. You know what? And you're going to run into things that are going to be trying to be negative or something bad happens. Again, it's okay. It's about how you react to those things.
Right.
It's still your responsibility and how you choose to be. So everything is positive for me. You know what? Something bad happens, I look at the positive of it and just keep pushing forward.
Yeah, nice. Who inspires and motivates you?
Ooh, that's a good one. You know what? My future. That's what inspires me. My future me. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to be better every day, and that's just what it is.
Okay. Man, that's awesome. And I always love to ask this question. You kind of mentioned this earlier, but I'm a music guy. Do you have a favorite band or favorite type of music that you listen to?
Guns N' Roses.
Come on. Come on, man. That's awesome.
I love 80s metal.
Yeah, 80s metal. Okay. Perfect, man. Do you have a favorite gun that you like to shoot?
Ooh, I got several. I got a 45 P90 Ruger.
Okay.
I got an AR-15. I built that myself.
Oh, nice.
But my 45, that's my baby. She sleeps with me. Actually, she's looking at me right now. So I haven't hugged her.
That's awesome. Yeah, my everyday carries the P320, man, and I love that one. So that's my go-to for right now, for sure. So, well, I also, Ernie, wanted to give you an opportunity to just give a shout-out to family, friends, coaches, teammates, anything like that on the video right now. The video is all yours, man. All
right. First, I want to thank, my mom. She's always been there for me, and I just, I can't thank her enough. She's been my backbone. And also, I want to give a shout out to all my brothers out there, my brothers and sisters, my veterans, HHC 19 Cav, 1st Cav Division. Yeah, headhunters, baby. And also, I just want to thank everyone else that's just being positive out there, too. You're promoting good things, too. And all of us together make a better world. And that's what I just want to say. Thank you to everybody out there.
Man, it's such an honor to talk to you because I was that punk 18-year-old kid who got one call from a recruiter and was totally stoned out of my mind and was like, nope, I don't want to do anything. And I never got a call again. And I kick myself every day for not joining that brotherhood of veterans, man. And so whatever I can do to help you guys and promote whatever you guys are doing to help each other, man, thank you so much. It's really, truly an honor to be able to speak with you today.
Oh, man, thank you. The honor was mine, too.
Hey, guys, thank you so much for hanging around. Really appreciate it. If you'd like to see more videos from Top Rated MMA and the Bearded Biz Show, please click the playlist and also hit subscribe to our channel. Become part of the Top Rated MMA and Bearded Biz community. We would really appreciate your support. Also, please leave a comment below. I will read and respond to all of them. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day.